Good morning. Welcome back to this chapter house. This is my chapter. I grew up about 5 miles north of here. I had 3 questions and they're all listed on this paper. You say that you're on a committee to oversee waterways like the Colorado River and the San Juan River.
One of my committees in Washington, D.C. is called Natural Resource Committee, and so it would have some jurisdiction, but not complete jurisdiction over waterways.
So you're familiar with the Gold Key mine incident 2 years ago?
A little. I understand a little bit of it. Yeah.
Recently, we learned that the Gladstone wastewater field that was collecting water for the Gold Key mine, and the newspapers are reporting that 250 to 300 gallons per minute of waste is being dumped into the Animas down to the San Juan River. And then just about March 1st or the 3rd, there was an oil spill near Montezuma Creek, which is like 15 miles east of Bluff, Utah. And the oil spill reached down to our community. I don't know if you are aware of these.
I did not, no.
The other one is the trade deficit. The increase is now exceeding so many $1 million, even $1 billion. Because of this, it's affecting the budgets for Pell Grant, Medicaid, Medicare. Will you be able to tell us what the percents are in these proposed cuts?
Right. So currently, there are no proposed cuts. The president's budget may have some cuts in there, but if you've watched, rarely does the president's budget have anything to do with our budget. And currently, nobody in Congress is proposing cuts to Medicare or Medicaid. As a matter of fact, it's just the opposite. There's a lot of discussion about actually increasing them. But you're right to point out that we don't have the money to do a lot of these things. And you also mentioned the tariffs. Was that part of your question too, the trade gap? The trade gap, despite what President Trump is doing, is actually increasing. He's trying to change that, but it's actually increasing. Recently, we had some very successful discussions with our trade partners in Canada and Mexico, and have a new agreement ready to go to Congress, and I'm hopeful that Congress will approve that agreement, which will improve our trade relationships with both Mexico and Canada. We seem to be getting closer to some trade agreements with China, but right now we're very far away, quite frankly, with agreeing with them, and that's hurting a lot of Utah businesses. A lot of small businesses are being hurt. And there's a bill in Congress right now that would actually take the authority back from President Trump that allows him to issue these tariffs, and I'm a supporter of that. I feel like Congress should be doing that and not the President of the United States. And I'm hopeful that we can rein that back in and close that trade gap that you've mentioned here in your notes. Thank you.
Okay, anybody else?